Welcome to Adding Dollars. In this video, I'll be going over my weekly update on the highest volatility stocks. So stocks that are paying the highest premiums for covered calls and cash secured puts. Before jumping into this week's scan, if you're new to cash secured puts or covered calls, make sure to check out the videos in the description. Now let's go ahead and jump into this week's high volatility scan. As always, I'm in the Thinkorswim platform on the scan tab, and I'm going to go ahead and scan the S&P 500. Clicking scan, and here we have a sorted list of the highest implied volatility at the top and then descending from there. At the top of the list, looks like we have Paramount Global trading at $13.01 with a volatility of 81%, and we can check when earnings are coming up. Looks like it's coming up at the end of February on February 28th. So let's go ahead and start by looking at the premiums that you could get on Paramount currently with its 81% volatility. Switching to the trade tab and looking at Paramount, I'm going to look at the 1 week out options, so options expiring next Friday. I also have this custom column on my trading platform here that I added in that quickly calculates the percentage profit for selling a cash secured put, and it gives you an estimate for covered calls as well right here. If you're interested in adding this to your own trading platform, feel free to check out the link in the description where I have instructions on how to add the script for this so that you can have it on your platform as well. Now jumping back onto the cash secured puts for this stock, it looks like you can make about 1.6% in 7 days trading the 12.5 put options. So that would be selling the 12.5 strike price put options and collecting about $19 in premium. Your risk here would be if you did end up getting assigned, you would need 12.5 times 100, which is $1,250 in order to purchase 100 shares. On the covered call side, it would currently cost you $1,301 in order to buy 100 shares, but then you could sell the 13.5 call options and collect about $31 per option contract that you sell, or about 2.37% in just 7 days. Jumping back to the scan tab, we can look at a couple others. Looks like a lot of stocks have earnings coming up later this month or at some point. Let's go ahead and look at Moderna. It's a stock I haven't looked at in a while, currently trading at $93.66 with an implied volatility of about 60%. And it looks like it has earnings coming up on the 22nd of February. So jumping back to the trade tab, mRNA, and here we can see that you could make about 1% or 1.09% selling the 89 strike price puts, which would allow you to collect somewhere around $91 to $95 for selling that cash secured put. And again, the risk here, if you did end up getting assigned on this position, you would need $8,900 in order to be able to buy the 100 shares. On the covered call side, it would cost you $9,366 right now to buy 100 shares, but then you could sell the $94 call options and collect about $257 to $260 in premium for selling that, or about 2.79% in just 7 days. Jumping back to the scan tab, we can go ahead and look at one more. Let's go ahead and take a look at Airbnb. I haven't looked at this one in a long time. Currently trading at $150.54 with an implied volatility of about 49% and has earnings coming up on the 13th, so pretty soon next week. Let's jump back to the trade tab and take a look at the options chain. Here we can see that you could sell the 136 put options and make about 1%. This would mean collecting about $135 in premium for selling that cash secured put. And your risk here, if you did end up getting assigned, you would need approximately $13,600 in order to be able to purchase 100 shares. On the covered call side, it would cost you $15,054 to buy 100 shares right now, but then you could sell the 152.5 call options and collect about $560 or 3.72%. It's important to keep in mind all of this is after market data, so a lot of these numbers may update depending on how stocks moved after hours and how the numbers change when the market opens up tomorrow morning. Feel free to look at this full list, pause the video, and take a look at the entire list of highest implied volatility stocks in the S&P 500. Based on these symbols, it looks like lots of stocks have earnings coming up very soon or at some point this month. And as always, if you want to help support the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.